because I need to tell you why Alaska is a good place to go. Although I didn't go on this particular trip, my family drove down and met me in Vancouver, British Columbia, which is right outside of Washington, or Oregon, Washington, the last state, Washington State. Okay, so Alaska is a good place I found, and I took notes because it's a step above. I'm gonna write it in red. Hold on. Because it's a step above Wyoming in solitude, long winters, but it's not a good place. So it's long winters, that's the advantage. If you consider that to be an advantage. Solitude, some people are visual, I hope you can see this. Solitude, and also, but it's not good for amateur homesteaders. So if you're new to homesteading, you've never set up a garden, you don't want to, this is not one of the places you want to go. So it's not good for amateurs. Homesteaders. And I'm just gonna abbreviate homesteading with the HS. And not to be confused with the word homeschool. Okay. So that's why that one is good. I'm trying to go in alphabetical order because I just like things in order. And that just comes from years of medical training, educational training, and the like. So it just makes sense you go back and research this on your own. But I'm going to give you the 12 most friendly states for homesteading. So now, next in order, we have Connecticut. Now that is on the East Coast, and I know I said not to go there or get off the East Coast. So Connecticut, I believe, is CT abbreviation. And why that's good though is because of farming. It's because of the agriculture there. But more so in my research, I found that the homesteading laws there are conducive for homesteading. So the laws for homesteading are conducive. So, or farming. Let me be specific. Farming laws are favorable. So they have favorable farming laws. So that's Connecticut. So the next we have I know I put Delaware. I went through Delaware on my trip, and I'm going to erase that because that's a small state, and I'm not going to get into bashing, but having moved from the East Coast, I have a lot of friends that moved there, a lot of childhood friends that moved there, and I don't know, they have a high cancer rate statistically, and I'm just saying, but don't take my word, do your own due diligence and research. But I removed that, so we've got so far Arizona, Alaska, Connecticut. So, so the next state would be Idaho. Now, Idaho just happens to be not Iowa, Idaho. So I'm just going to write it down, because a lot of these places, I don't know the state abbreviation, and I don't want to get caught in that. So for Idaho, the reason why I think it's a good place for homesteading. Well, when I was traveling through there, and I was going through Idaho to get to Montana, which is the next state over. After we left Washington, Seattle, Portland, and through there, okay, we went across the country. The name of that train, I'm not advertising for Amtrak, but it was beautiful scenery. And you'll see some of my photos, you'll see a lot of evergreens. That's when we're leaving Washington State going into Idaho. What I found beautiful about Idaho, they have nice grain, a lot of grain growing on the side of the river. Grain mills, rice, barley, things like that. So, and I found it to be very, very soothing to see all the green. So it's beautiful grain, and also what I found to be nice about it, it has some of the good soil. From what I can see, very dark, rich soil. So beautiful grain, mills, good soil. And I looked up the laws. The laws are very favorable for homesteading. Which is different from Connecticut, which was good farming laws. Now, people ask me what's the difference between a homestead and a farm. They're very similar. A lot of it is based on the amount of acreage you have, the type of stuff you have growing. It could be a combination of vegetation and animals, or it could just be all vegetation, or it could just be all animals. And people I found use them interchangeably when I got off, and like in Louisiana, places like that, that they use those terms interchangeably. Ranch, farm, homestead, all those terms were used interchangeably. So the next state then would be Oregon. Again, like I said, I passed through Oregon. Beautiful, clean air. Oh my goodness, it was lovely. Please be sure to go to my Facebook page and check out the highlights. You'll see some of the places in Oregon that I went to. A lot of evergreens, a lot of lush greenery. But, so, the thing I liked about Oregon is that they have a very large homestead population. So you'll be in good company. There's a lot of homesteads there, you see. From what I can see, you know, I did as much sightseeing. And also, even it rains a lot, so it's good for crop work. All right, so there we have that. Now, the next state, maybe I should number these so you can see how many we have so far. That would be a little bit more. So make sure you have them all. And I'll try to put them in the description box below when I upload. Okay, so you'll have it. I'll just add the states, but the details you'll have to watch the video for. So, also now, the next state we have after Oregon is 3 in a row with the letter M. So we're going to take Maine first. That's on the East Coast. Again, I told you to stay out of Maine. But it's not as heavily populated in like Vermont or Maine. And the reason why I like Maine, I haven't been there in a while, it's good it's good for off-grid living. So, good off-grid living. And you can grow food all year round. Potatoes in the winter, things like that, carrots, cooler climate vegetables, root vegetables, those things. So, can grow all year. especially vegetarians, right? So they were like that. So I had a lot of people that were, I had friends that lived in Maine and they just happened to be vegetarian. So the next place then would be, real quickly, I'll move along, would be Michigan. Although I have some friends that moved here from Michigan, I'm going to give a quick shout out to Berechiah and Elder Shakar, by the way, came in from Michigan. So they know about the climate there, but that is a good place I found when I was there this summer. I found it to be, it's windy, you know, sort of like Chicago, cold, but they also have a strong homestead community. So a lot of homesteaders live there. And also they have very cold winters though, you know. So we already know that, so. And good fertile soil. Cold winters. So my family, my spiritual family that moved in from Michigan, warm welcome to you. Shout out to you guys, okay? And the next state would be also the letter M, would be Montana. So I'll save that one for last of the M's. What I like Montana, certain parts of it. But hold on, let me just get this kind of cold. So I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Benji Buffalo from Montana. And what's good about homesteading there, Benji, thank you for that sage stick, I still have it, is that also, this is like a homestead haven. A lot of people. I met him while he was moving his family out of the East Coast of New York back to Montana. Hope you guys made it there safely. Give me a thumbs up if you happen to watch this video. Okay, thank you. So, but the only problem that I found, it was very cold there. Like I said, it requires a lot of stay warm calories, as I talked about in the earlier part of this video. So, they have a very short grow season. Very short. I mean, very short grow. Very short grow season. And then also, harsh winters, like again. So it's colder than Michigan, much colder. Although Michigan is surrounded by a lot of water, like an archipelago. So it jets out. And so that makes it kind of cold because there's air all the way around it. But Montana is cold from the North Canadian winds coming out of Canada. So if you like harsh winters, that's the place for you. Okay, the next one, we've got 4 more. Let me move my book out of the way. Now we're going to talk about the next place that on the list would be, we talked about I love, so we got all the M's. Okay, let's talk about Tennessee. Now, I lived there. I like Tennessee. I liked it a lot. And that's number 9. Now, mind you, these are not in any particular order. These are just my recommendations from either having lived there, went there on my tour for restoration.